Greetings from beautiful Palanga, which is actually by the Lithuanian seaside. And it's a beautiful place. And actually, look where I'm staying. It's probably the first time ever that I'm in a hotel room that has a fireplace. I mean, that's so awesome. I thought this time, why not do it right next to the fireplace? A little bit more cozy so we can just have a nice, friendly fireside chat. And what I want to talk to you about today is, why do we actually invest? I mean, I sit here twice a week and talk to you about making money, saving money, and obviously investing money. And that's all nice and well. But what's really the point of it, right? Because a lot of people ask me, Kai, I save a lot of my money, I make a lot of sacrifice just to invest it into some account or cryptocurrency or what have you. Then I see the number going down. What's the whole point of it? I'm making sacrifices to my lifestyle and I don't really see the benefits from it. And I get it. I mean, my investment as well in terms of crypto and stocks haven't been doing too well. So actually I put in more than I got out so far. But since I'm not planning to sell, I'm not really making any losses from it. But once again, it begs the question, why do we invest in the first place? And for me, it comes down to having options later on in life. Now you may say, yes, I get it, but I don't want to have to wait 30 years until I have the options. And that's fair enough. But at the same time, get rich quick themes usually don't turn out too well in the long term. And that's why I'm an advocate of long-term investing and building growth over compounding, getting that snowball rolling. I mean, Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, only became that after he was 66 years old. Until then, he was fairly wealthy, but he was not ultra rich as he is today. And he's one of the best examples of the compounding effect over time. And that's really what inspires me. Now I get it. Obviously, if you're just starting off, you're a student, you're earning 1,000, 2,000 euros, dollars, what have you, depending on your location, where you live, etc. And you're just getting by. Obviously, it's hard for you to save 50% and invest it into some kind of ETF or dividend growth stock. I totally get it. And myself as well. I still want to enjoy life. What I don't like about the FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early, I really feel like I have to sacrifice a lot of my lifestyle. And honestly, I work very hard in order also to enjoy life. I don't want to enjoy it only once I'm 60 or 70 years old, because you never know what might happen in life, right? Life is precious. I know people having accidents or passing away when they're 30, 40 years old. And then basically you haven't lived. All you've done is maximize your saving and invest it and live extremely frugal. Now, if that suits you and you enjoy that, great, but really be honest to yourself. Do you really enjoy eating ramen noodles every single night? I did that when I was a student, no problem, that's totally fine. But do I still want to do this in my mid-30s? No chance. I also want to enjoy the good life. At the same time, investing keeps me accountable not to go loco, because it is very easy to fall victim to lifestyle creep, meaning every time you get a bonus or salary raise, all of a sudden your standards raise and people all of a sudden start spending more, they start traveling more, and it's all great. But if basically whatever you earn more, you also spend more, you end up saving the same amount that you did when you started your career, and obviously you don't really get that compounding growth over time. So I think the hardest but at the same time most important part of investing is finding the right balance, what works for you. Because if you can't make it work and it feels painful every month to send the money to the account and then invest it, you would rather spend it, you're not going to do it. Sooner or later, you're going to stop, and it obviously won't have the same effect as if you kept going, right? So I think it's super important to find something that really works for you, becomes a habit, and try to automate as much as possible. For me, as soon as I get money into my bank account, I have an alert that goes off in my to-do list, and then immediately, right then and there, I transfer a certain amount of money into my investment accounts, and then the money is there. And it's out of my sight, it's out of my mind. I can't spend it because it's basically sitting at an online broker, and then I'm just gonna invest it every week. I invest right now, but that's obviously up to you if you want to do it daily, weekly, monthly, depends, obviously is there commission or not. So that's something really for you to work out. But I think pay yourself first, get rid of the money so it's not in your sight, and the rest, make it work. Obviously in the beginning it might be less that you have for discretionary spending, like going on a lavish trip, etc. As you start earning more, hopefully get different sources of income over time, not just your salary. That's why I'm a big advocate of having side hustles as well. I think that can really grow your income over time, and then obviously live from that as well. Enjoy yourself, treat yourself. That's the whole point. If you only look at your investment account and get excited, trust me, waiting 30 years for things to kick in is not really exciting. So you want to live in the meantime. You want to spoil your kids, your family, your wife, what have you. If you're known as Mr. Scrooge, Mr. Stingy, that's not the person you want to be. Now, I'm all for frugality. I always try to get a good deal. I always try to be mindful of my spendings. But if there's something I value, such as travel, staying in luxury hotels, for me, that's money well spent. That's an investment in myself as well, in my happiness, right? If I don't invest in my happiness, all the money in the world won't make me happy. So for me, these things need to go in parallel. But at the same time, seeing my growth, my investments, and starting to give me passive income in the form of dividends or rent from my real estate, that's amazing to see, and something I wouldn't have if I didn't invest it in the first place. That's why I'm a huge advocate of investing, at the same time living life and enjoying a little bit. As you can see over here, enjoying right next to the fireplace. My dog is sleeping over there. My lady's out and about. She'll be back shortly. Then we're gonna crack open a bottle of wine and enjoy a nice movie. I mean, that's life for me, and that's what I really enjoy. And having money and having investments just gives me opportunities and a peace of mind, especially investments in the future. What I don't see right now, I mean, technically I could sell everything if I needed the money, even though right now it probably wouldn't be the smartest because most likely it would be at a loss, except for my real estate. But it gives me a peace of mind. If I lost my job tomorrow, well, touch wood, that won't happen. But if it did, I'll be fine because I have money accrued. I do have other income streams as well, and it just lets me sleep better at night. And ultimately, investing just gives me more financial freedom and location freedom because I don't want to depend on a pension plan of one specific country. I have no idea what that country is going to do 20, 30 years from now. I don't even know where I'm going to live. Will that country pay me pension? Which country will I pay my taxes to in the coming years? I have no idea. When you look at France, you can see they're all getting upset because they have to work a few more years longer. Yes, that's the reality. Simply, the math doesn't work out. There's not enough young people paying taxes in order to pay the pensions of those seniors. So it just doesn't work out. And honestly, I don't want to depend on any government. I want to be self-sufficient and know that once I'm old, I can look after my entire family just from passive income, from my real estate, my dividends, and any other income streams that are set up over the years. Of course, sometimes I wonder myself, when you're about to spend 1,000 euros, let's say, on a trip or something, I calculate myself at the 3% dividend yield, let's say, that would basically yield me 30 euros a year in passive income, right? If I did that over a 30-year period and let it compound with an annual growth rate, dividend growth rate of 10%, that would be around 520 euros in a 30-year period. So basically 30 years from now, I would get every year 500 euros just from that 1,000 euros. So technically a 50% return on investment. So yeah, sometimes those thoughts do cross my mind, but at the same time, I really try to differentiate investing and enjoying life. And that's why I pay myself and my investment account at the beginning of the month. So the money is not even there anymore. There's nothing to worry about. Just the money I have left there. Obviously, that's the money I got to spend. And if that ran out, then obviously I have no more money to spend because I really don't believe taking a loan or credit card or spend money that you don't have on consumer items. That's the worst idea. And please never do that. If you don't have money, then please do eat ramen noodles and don't travel. I've been there myself, you've probably been there, and that's totally part of life and we have to go through it. But don't spend money you don't have because that's going to be a vicious cycle. What we talk about investing in exponential growth, that actually works against you. That's exponential debt because the debt level, the interest you're going to be paying on your credit card is going to be mind-boggling. It's extremely high and it's going to be really hard for you to get out of this. So please don't start spending money that you don't actually own. So yes, I really do think that life is for living and you gotta enjoy the good things in life as well, because otherwise, you never know what might happen. Life is really short and precious, but at the same time, I don't think we can live every single day as if tomorrow doesn't exist, because at the same time, it may well turn out that you live far beyond 100 years old. When you look statistically how old humans have been getting over the years, I mean, the odds that you're gonna be living well over your hundreds is quite high actually. My personal goal is to reach 120 years of age. That's why I'm so obsessed with eating clean, sleeping well, exercising, and really looking after my health, because I do believe the ultimate wealth is your health. When I see somebody like Warren Buffett, well over 90, enjoying life and being fit and physically and mentally, for me that's super inspiring and I want to do the same. So in a couple of years, once I have my 40th birthday, that's only going to be the first third of my life. So I still have so much time to grow my investments, my wealth, and at the same time, obviously, I do want to enjoy life, because definitely my goal is not to be the richest man on the graveyard. That I can assure you. So there you go, guys. A little bit unusual video, but I hope you enjoyed the casual talk today. And please do let me know in the comments what you think about investing. Is it really worth it? Or do you think it's better to enjoy life, live now, and see what the future holds? And also, what is your saving rate? Do you manage to save 50% of your income, 40%, 30%? I'm really interested to hear from you. And also, if you haven't yet joined our new Facebook group, Smart Money Club, then please do so. Link in the description below. As always, stay healthy, get wealthy, and I see you in the next one. Ciao.